what can I help you most with?
What I would love to learn from you is some tips on how to practice alternate picking,
Yeah.
some exercises to improve hand synchronization, some tips to make my right hand more precise and the left hand follow suit at the same speed. That's what I'm having the most trouble with, trying to get faster and break through that speed threshold.
Perfect, perfect. So first, let me just watch you pick a
Mhm.
little bit. And don't
Okay.
worry about trying to be fast or flashy or anything. I just kind of
Okay.
want to see what your hands naturally do at a comfortable speed.
Okay. So I've got the way I've always done it and the way I've been trying to learn to do it.
Show me
Which
what
one,
you've
which one would you
always
rather
done it
see?
first, and then show
Gotcha.
me what you're trying to do.
Gotcha. Well, you're going to cringe because these two fingers immediately get locked down on that pick guard. And then it's just a matter of,
So that's the way that you naturally pick.
yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I mean, I don't have a problem with seeing your fingers anchored down here. In fact, that's typically a good thing to
Okay.
have, so long as it doesn't compromise what's happening up here. And I
Right.
think it
Yeah.
looks like that's what the problem is. So show me what it is you're trying to do now.
Um, so been working on some 3 note per string, 4 note per string stuff, and I don't know my scales well enough to really like hammer that stuff out.
Yeah.
So just been starting with like basic 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises like the,
Oh, no, no. I mean, just in terms of your picking technique, show me what you've
oh,
been
gotcha.
trying to train yourself to do.
Got you. I've been trying to train myself to take those fingers off the pick guard and let that hand float a little bit, which is it just feels less natural.
Yeah, yeah. So,
But
okay,
from all the
perfect,
stuff you read
perfect.
on the internet.
So well, the thing is, and I mentioned this in my most recent YouTube video from Friday, which is that I have heard some people be very dogmatic about like this is how you have to pick, and the
Mhm.
reality is, man, I've seen people with all kinds of crazy things, and they make it work
Mhm.
for them. Like Marty
Okay.
Friedman picks like this. I would never teach
Yeah.
anyone to do that, but like you can't argue against Marty Friedman. He's incredible. You know what
Right.
I mean?
And it's that crazy flat picking angle, and it's insane.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what I'll do is let's start with just your right hand, because what I have
Okay.
found over and over and over again with self-taught guitar players is that
Mhm.
if we don't get this right, nothing is going to work properly.
Yeah.
So the way that I do picking technique is I start with the backside of my palm resting on top of the bridge.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to feel a little weird at first, but come like way up.
Like way up.
Yeah,
Okay.
like to where the bottom of your palm is sitting on top of the bridge, right there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep, that's it. Now make sure your arm and your shoulder is just hanging, totally
Okay.
relaxed. Perfect. We're going to use that natural curvature of the strat
Mhm.
there. And then we're going to use your natural technique, what feels good to you, and we're just going to make some modifications to that. So your other
Okay.
fingers can still rest down here. Um,
Okay.
and that's perfectly fine. I do kind of a combination of both. So on
Mhm.
string 6, Caleb, just let me watch you go down, up, with the back of that palm resting on top of the bridge. Perfect. And then make sure
Are you looking for a palm mute or just letting that ring open?
no palm mute, no palm mute. Yeah,
Okay. So just behind the saddle. Okay.
yeah. I mean, it could even be above. I just find that the bridge is a nice, easy place for me to land on. And then,
Gotcha.
yeah, relax all your other fingers. So I've seen some really great pickers pick like this, right? Like
Mhm.
kind of you were talking about. But
Yeah.
since you naturally want your fingers to come out, let's bring all of them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, they don't all have to rest down here. So for
Mhm.
me, it's like my pinky kind of rests down here, sort of like
Mhm.
on the first string, sort of not. And it kind of floats a little, but it's always touching
Yeah.
when I'm on strings.
Okay.
Okay, that looks great. Now scoot it over a little bit and give me some palm mute. Yeah, and notice like literally all you have to do is like scoot like a fifth of an inch and you're there,
Right.
right?
It's like a better anchor point.
Yeah, totally, totally. Okay, so now here's where the challenge comes in. When we go to string 5, well, I'll just show you kind of our path, our trajectory. Your arm naturally kind of moves like this, right?
Okay.
You'll see some people who will pick like this by turning their wrist, but your arm just naturally wants to do this. So by the time we get to string 1, we're going to shoot for being right behind the neck pickup. That's the motion right there.
Yeah.
So now go to string 5, and your palm should be fully resting on string 6.
Okay.
This back part. So you're really kind of in the same place as you were for palm muting string 6. Think of it that way.
Okay.
Your palm muted there. And now just down up for me on string 5.
Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, I almost have to move my wrist out of the way to do that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so notice where my hand position is. When I've got string 5 ringing perfectly open, this bottom part of my hand is still resting right on the edge of where string 6 meets the bridge.
Okay, okay. Like in there? Is that the right spot? Okay.
Yep, and you should be able to pretty easily switch from fully open A string to palm muted A string. Okay, cool. So now let's go to string 4. And now we're over just a little bit more, fully back of the palm rested on strings 6 and 5 with 4 ringing completely open. Okay, cool. So now staying right there, pluck string 5 and pluck string 6, and let's double check that they are in fact muted. That's your hand position right there.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's go to string 3, same thing. And string 6, 5, 4. Yeah, that'll work. By the time I'm on string 3, my palm is over far enough. Not that much. I'm like here, like almost right at the bridge pickup. But it's enough to where there's not even a palm muted sound from string 4.
Gotcha. Okay. Where it just chokes out.
That's it. That's it right there. Okay, so now go to string 2. Yep, and then string 1. Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, so your first exercise, this is like the most boring exercise you're ever going to do in your life.
Yeah.
And that is, we're going to go just with the right hand, do 2 to 10 strokes per string. My favorite is just doing 4. And then going back as well. Yeah. Yeah. You might.
Yeah. I'm tempted to just go straight down.
Yep. Yep. And then also sometimes you're getting a little bit of palm mute on each string, but overall that was great. And so I think what the challenge is going to be is that when you're just like rocking out and you're just playing for fun, your hand is going to naturally default to that old way. And it's just going to take some time to retrain your hand. So take that, what I've given you, this is how I pick, and this is how I've successfully trained lots of guitar players to pick. And you can kind of modify it as needed. Like, so you might decide you want to Michelangelo Badio it and rep all 3 fingers right here.
Right, and just get after it.
Yeah. Or you might decide, you know what, I think I want to curl these in and play like that. But the one thing that is for sure is figuring out a way to consistently mute the strings that are not being played.
Okay. And that has everything to do with that palm position as you're coming in across the strings.
Totally.
Okay, cool.